What is up, you guys? Back here, and I want to talk about Jake Paul, Nate Diaz in the boxing ring. The fight was interesting. It was live on the Zone, and you can also order it on ESPN Plus. It was an interesting fight. I can't really say nothing much about it, besides it being an interesting fight. I knew it was going to be interesting when they said that they was going to be fighting, and I thought it went exactly the way I thought it would go. I thought Jake Paul, because Nate Diaz is a phenomenal fighter, but everybody knows that if you do watch MMA, if you know Nate Diaz, fan favorite, scrappy dude, you knew he was going to bring that to Jake Paul in this fight, and which he did, especially once the fight got started. Jake Paul, I knew point wise, I knew he was going to win by point. He wasn't going to knock out Nate Diaz because a lot of people tried and a lot of people failed. I think in the UFC, I think Josh Thompson was the only one that put him down, but didn't put him out. I think with a head kick, if I'm not mistaken. But that was like years ago. And then I thought, it went exactly the way I thought. Nate Diaz took some beating. He took a beating from Jake Paul. Also gave back his little strikes in here and there. It looked like it took him some time to adjust to being in a boxing ring and being in a boxing format compared to being in the UFC. Um, Jake Paul's boxing's improved and is improving little by little and stuff like that. But I still say the cardio is still not there for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like his cardio isn't there yet as much. Skill wise, he's gotten better, but cardio still needs some work. Nate Diaz does what Nate Diaz does. Scrappy. Definitely fought really good on the inside. He definitely gave Jake Paul a run for his money when he was on the inside. And the ability to take shots that he does, it definitely, it just reminded me of him when he's doing MMA. Jake Paul did get a knockdown, I believe, round 5, I think it was. I can't remember off the top of my dome, but I believe in round 5 he got the knockdown of Nate Diaz, and it's a, I'm not too surprised. Nate Diaz is just getting older. Um, Still scrappy, still hard to put away, but he's just getting older. He's just not looking as sharp as he normally would when he's in the UFC. So I thought Jake Paul was gonna win that when it comes. I thought he was gonna win the fight, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought he was gonna win the fight regardless. I just knew that if he gassed himself out, that Nate Diaz definitely will have a chance. And at times Jake Paul looked gassed throughout rounds, but manages to survive and catch Nate Diaz from good counter shots, good check hook. Um, so that was great from Jake of not overexerting himself, especially when he had Nate Diaz hurt. Whenever he went on an onslaught, I'm proud that he didn't gas himself out, because if he did, Nate Diaz would take fully advantage of him being gassed. Um, so I like I said, it was a phenomenal fight. You guys let me know down in the comment section. Congratulations to to Jake Paul. They say they want to do an MMA. Yeah, I don't know about all that. You know, Boxing is different from MMA. There's a lot more tools. You got the grappling, you got elbows, kicks. You can't do an MMA. I don't want to see them do an MMA fight, but then try to modify it. If it's in the PFL, there's no elbows. And I think it would be, because I think Jake is partnered with the PFL. I think, and if I'm not mistaken, he is, and there will be no elbows, but there's still strikes on the inside and there's still knees, um, still submissions. So I think Jake shouldn't do the MMA fight with Nate, because Nate is punch drunk, and Jake's usually used to stopping and getting a 8 count, standing 8 count from the referee, or a 10 count if the opponent don't get up. Um, so I think it's gonna be interesting if they do an MMA fight. Let's see what happens. But again, congratulations to the Jake Paul. Obviously, he won by decision, and he's just improving, man. I can't take that away from him. I don't take his skills away. Um, I just think he's just still needs to work. I don't like him talking about title shots and stuff like that in boxing. He don't deserve that. But what he does for the fighters and what he tried to do for the fighters is one thing that everybody must respect for Jake Paul. Um, Another thing I do want to say, one more thing. The commentating was trash. Sean Porter, as much as I like Sean Porter and what he normally says when he commentates, not just the Diaz fight, but the girls fight, the Serrano fight. I thought it was super biased, super crazy. There wasn't half of the time for the girl fight. There wasn't even talking about the fight. He was trying to, start a fight with, I forgot the lady's name that was commentating as well, and it was just like that. That shit was so whack, And then the Diaz fight. Oh, what the hell Diaz is doing, bro? If you never watch, I hate that. Go watch a little bit of the highlights of Nate Diaz if you're gonna be able to. If you're gonna be commentating, go watch some highlights of a fighter. Um, just don't assume just because boxing and MMA. Yeah, it is a different um thing, but I think it's still you have to respect what Nate Diaz brings to the table. And what he brings to the table is being a fan favorite. And let me know down in the comments, guys, what you guys thought of the fight. I thought it was pretty interesting, to say the least. Congratulations, Jake Paul, of course. If you guys write down in the comments, if you guys like the video, please throw the thumbs up. Really would appreciate it. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.